Hey y'all. So we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. We're going to be starting the Soul Build vlog series. This is one of many, and I'm so excited to bring this to you all. I've been doing a lot of work for about a full year now, and I'm so excited to finally see it all in one place. Like, this is just a beautiful amalgamation of everything that I've gone through to get to this point. So, we're going to start the build off by talking about purchasing, design drawings, and everything that went into the procurement of actually getting Soul. So, I got Soul in September of 2021. She cost me about $3,000. They were selling it online for about 7K, but I got it for 3. I probably really could have got it for $1,000 because of all the mold that was in there. But I got it for 3,000, which I thought was a good deal, including shipping. It came all the way from Michigan, so it was quite a trek down south. It took the movers about 2 days to get it to me. And so the full purchase took about 2 weeks to complete, with coordination between the seller, showing them proof of insurance and everything, getting the payment over to them, getting shipping coordinated, and then actually getting Soul. So this was me all happy because I finally got Soul, and we're going to start making baby steps towards getting everything completed. So I did not spend much time with Soul before I started digging in. As you can see, the pictures are blurry. These are literally the only two pictures I have of the trailer before I went in on it. I have recordings, but I don't know what I did with those. So this is what we have. So basically, you would walk in. To your right would be a little banquet seating area. There was a dining table there that turned into a guest bed space as well. And then there was shelving on top for books or miscellaneous storage. Then directly across from the doorway is the bathroom area. There was a fridge there as well. And then you go over to the left-hand side. That's where a fold-out bed and lower storage is, as well as an upper shelving area. And then right next to the doorway to your left, you have the kitchen area. So this is what it looked like when I originally received it. The layout that I currently have is pretty similar to it, but there's a couple extra little storage space and office space nooks and storage units in there because I wanted to make sure that I have room for everything that I plan on doing in this space. So one thing I did spend a lot of time doing was creating drawings so that way I could visualize what it would look like. So I'm hoping this is pretty clear. If not, we will go through it in detail so you all can see what I had in mind. But so starting with the actual office space. So to the right of the door, you all saw those banquettes there. So I wanted to do a dual storage unit on both banquettes. They had this originally to where you could lean back, and it had like a back seat that was a support for your back, but also a storage area as well. So I created a layout that had the same two storage units, two-tiered storage system, and then it would actually break down into a guest bed as well. So that's what's being shown in the above the office requirements. This is very interesting to have to show you all without being able to use a pointer. So I'm going to try to lead you all around the board here. But above the office requirements, that's basically when I wanted to make sure I had a guest bed, I had lots of storage, banquet office seating for co-working or just an office space for myself, and electricity going there for all of the office needs for printer. I do use a fax machine, my computer, things like that. The fax machine is not a singular thing. It's a part of the printer, just letting you know. But that's what I really wanted to have in my office. So that's how the design ended up maintaining pretty much the same thing with the double storage, something that broke down into a guest space, and then just really coordinating the electrical in this area. So that's one of my main focuses throughout the space, was making sure that it's functional and that there's enough electrical power to actually power everything I need in the space. So moving on to the kitchen, there I wanted to have a large sink, a big faucet that was like with a removable handle, lots of counter space. I like to cook things, and I'm actually in the process of becoming even more plant-based. So I need a lot of space for like juicing and all that stuff. Upper cabinet storage I wanted as well, and then space for dishes and equipment on the counter space. So the counter that I actually ended up purchasing is about 6 foot wide. I can use about 5 of those feet on the counter that I purchased. And then the rest of it will actually be used in the office space as the dining table slash guest bed frame. So it did end up working out. So I'll have actually 5 feet of counter space in my kitchen, which is super exciting. So this is what I was considering in the kitchen and office spaces. It did take me a little bit of time to get this coordinated, but I just spent some time sitting in the trailer, looking at how it was existing, and then what I wanted to make sure that was added to it. So yes, for the office space, which I kind of have highlighted down there, I really wanted to focus in on keeping the light into the space, lots of storage, plant space for my plants that I want to have. I also want to have a mini mobile garden, so having some space there for like herbs and things like that. I also do tarot readings. I do interior design, land design, and a lot of one-on-one. So I wanted to make sure I was able to meet with clients in here if necessary, but also be able to just have the vibe of me sitting with a client in my space for virtual meetings. And then onto the kitchen space, which now I have highlighted so you can see a little bit better. This is an elevation where the arrow is pointing to of what's being highlighted here on the left-hand image. So basically, this is what the kitchen space will look like. And then all the way to the left of the image is what the storage and everything would look like for part of the office area. Alrighty. So now we're going to move on to the bedroom requirements and the storage requirements. Please leave some comments below and let me know what you all think of this. All of the vlog is not like this, but this is just the design drawing. So this is very technical. And so I thought it would be better to just lay it out this way for you all like I do for clients rather than giving you like a walkthrough. But later on in a couple of the vlogs, we really start jumping into recordings and everything like that. So just to give you all a visual of where I'm coming from. So now in the bed space, I needed to have a queen bed. I'm 5'9.5". I like to say when I stretch, I can be 5'10". So I need a lot of space to be able to lay out at night. So I need a queen bed, lots of storage, and outdoor storage. I had a foldable bike. I want to get one again, but I love to do outdoor activities. So underneath the bed, having a place that I can have outdoor storage for like muddy boots and things like that, for hiking boots and gear. And then also having storage that's separate and insulated inside and not available to the outside. So it's a very interesting storage configuration underneath the bed. I'm really excited to show you all once it's all the way ready for you in video form. But also electric outlets for any chargers. I like to keep my phone away from my bed, so it'll probably be more in the office area. But just to have a couple of places to plug in, maybe like a projector or any little things that you want to have plugged in over there, maybe some nice lights or a diffuser or something like that. So that's what I wanted to have over there. The arrow is actually pointing to the bed space. So the white space underneath the bed is actually storage. And then underneath that is a insulated or framed storage unit. And then on the outsides are they're 8-inch thick kind of boxes that box in the bed. So it looks kind of like a garden bed. And then that's where the electrical is wired in through for outlets and things like that. So moving on to the storage place, this is actually what I revised most of on the actual trailer design. So here, this big white door that's being shown is the shower door. I did the best I could finding a door. So that's the shower door. To the right of the shower door is the office space that we talked about with the banquettes. To the left is my master storage. So basically it has up top, it has a dry pantry. Underneath that's where the mini fridge is going to be, where the white box is. Underneath that is a washer and dryer pullout. So I have a very small mobile washer and dryer. It's a 2-in-1 unit, and so it'll go fit right in there. And then I'll have a slide out hardware system so I can pull that out and wash when I need to. To the left of that is a full wardrobe. It's only about 12 to 14 inches wide, but that's more than enough for me for all of my storage, for clothing and shoes and things like that. And then all the way to the left is my bed, another view, and then the storage underneath the bed. So yes, one thing I forgot to say was the storage. I wanted to have a full closet, full pantry, space for a fridge, and space for a washer and dryer. So that's what I changed up. Before it was just a mini fridge, and they had a gas system in there, so they had a lot of room for propane storage and things like that. But I took that out. We don't have gas in there anymore. It's purely electric. I do have solar power, a shore power, and I'm going to get a couple more batteries as well that have additional battery bank storage. But for now, those are the three ways that I generate energy into the trailer. It used to be gas and shore power. So we're going to go back to this crazy picture that I took and get a little bit into the details. So I considered all of the functional needs I really needed for the office space when I was designing it. So again, on my little sketches here, I have just to quickly show, this is what I was drawing up before I made my renderings that you saw before. So this is like the rough process of kind of sketching out what the space looks like currently and what I would like to add to the space. So you can see here in the floor plan and office sketches, I did a full floor plan of the whole space. My shower room, as you can see, is like a full shower, and then there's a mobile toilet that's in there. It's a compostable toilet. So that's what that setup is like in there. And then I know that I wanted to have the guest bed to the right of the doorway. That's also an office space. And I wanted to have some small storage for miscellaneous office items and the backrest. And that I wanted the counter to come down and become a guest bed as well. So that's what I had sketched out like within the first week of me being there. I know being in there, I knew that this is what I wanted. So this is a few more sketches and a deeper dive into the office space. So on the upper left side is a quick sketch of what I envisioned the office space to eventually look like. I'm deciding whether the top view is if I had open storage and I was just having like baskets in the open storage. And then the bottom option is if I had closed storage and I was trying to decide between what look I liked better. And then you see I have like on the backrest, I have these like small little mobile garden or herb garden units. And then up top, I have like books and some more plant life. So that's what I was trying to make sure I had a way to place these pots there. So making sure that the actual support is thick enough to be able to hold all of this good stuff. Then I also took some pictures to the right side. You'll see there's the hardware. So that's the hardware that they initially used to hold up the guest bed, that tan thing that my hand is holding on to. So it's just a small, I think it was about a quarter to 3/4 of an inch little metal lip. And they set that on both sides of the banquettes. If you look above, right underneath the guest bed setup, you can see I have some arrows to the left-hand image underneath there. And you can see that the bed is able to go down onto these little anchors, and that there's two little flaps on the backrest for miscellaneous storage. So that's what I really wanted to make sure that made sense for me, was how was this going to break down and be able to go up. I wanted it to be really smooth and easy for me to get to my office space and create that space, but also to create a guest space smoothly so my guests aren't feeling like weird or out of place, that they don't have a particular place to put their items and things like that. So that's why I wanted to make sure I have extra storage. So moving on to the bedside. Basically, actually, let's talk a little bit about the storage. So if you look to the image that I actually took, and then you look to the far right of the image, you can see the mini fridge and then the gas system underneath it. That's what I took out and created a storage and pantry, washer, dryer, mini fridge situation out of. So you can see on my quick sketches that I really wanted to make sure I had a large shower that I was 1 to 3 people would be able to fit in the shower. So that's what I wanted to make sure. Then I wanted to make sure that I had a laundry space and a fridge space. And I wanted that to kind of be open, but not as open as it shows in the existing image. And then see how above in the existing image, above that mini fridge, there's like pantry space. I'm hoping that there will be pantry space in the new way that I build out this storage spot. I'm not 100% sure yet. It looks like there will be enough space. And it also looks like on the side of the mini fridge, there's also space to create small shelving. So I'm excited to get into those intricate details once I get all the way in there. And then also I'll have my storage for clothing. So I have like this rack system where you pull this rod out and all of the clothes are hanging on the rod. And then underneath that are bins for shoes and any pants if I want to put them there. I can also put my pants and stuff underneath my bed in the storage there. Excuse me. So below the bed was one of my favorite places because I really got to go in on, excuse me. Okay. I really got to go in on the outdoor storage versus the indoor storage. And then this is also where I hold my 150-gallon water tank, which allows me to basically travel around for 3 to 5 days without having to hook up to water. So that's really exciting for me because I plan on traveling to places that need support and need infrastructure support. So I don't want to be a burden to what's happening in the space or any potential clients I have. So that's why I had a huge water tank and solar power. So my stuff is all contained into a small space. So if you look what I have highlighted called below the bed area, I have bike storage and then any outdoor storage. There's a small kind of garage area on the outside of underneath my bed on the exterior side. So I left that side open to outdoor storage. I did weatherproof it. So I'll show you guys that later. But I did weatherproof what's going to be outdoor. And then the inside, I have the 100-gallon tank. And then I have 2 places for either clothing, miscellaneous storage, right now, I'm not 100% sure what all will be in there because I'm still in the process of moving into it. So that we will talk about once I get a little bit closer to moving in. So I've chatted your ear off. I hope that you have a good idea of what my intention was when I first got Soul and what I was looking to get incorporated into the space. This is just one of many. Like I said, I'm going to try to submit these out once a week because I have quite a bit of content to show you all. But for now, this is what I have so far. Please like, subscribe, share with a friend, and leave a comment about what you think so far about the layout, the function, and also the design process. If there's anything that you couldn't live without or something that should be added to the design process, definitely at the beginning stages, leave those in the comments. I think that's really helpful for other people that are also in this process of building up their own home. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.